guys, what's up and welcome back to our channel.
What's up guys?
So we're going to be seeing who is the stricter parent between the both of us. No, we're not pregnant. I just thought this video would be a fun idea. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to join the Bryan fam, and let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
Okay, first question. You can answer first.
Alright.
What is going to be the bedtime for your 9-year-old on a school night?
9-year-old on a school night?
Yeah.
8:30.
Why?
That's around what time I went to bed when I was about that age. And
everything's gonna be based on your child?
well, yeah, I can only base it on experience. Those simple things like that, I think I had a pretty good upbringing. 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Thinking as a parent, 9-year-old, I feel like 8:30 is pretty early. I'm gonna say like 9:30. Will your kids be allowed electronics before 12?
No, absolutely not. If you want to say like just TV, then yes. Allowed, strictly monitored though. Maybe like 2 or 3 hours a week, kind of a thing.
On electronics?
On like like watching the TV.
Oh yeah. No
computer. 12 years old, no phone.
Yeah, for me, yeah, I don't think any electronics. Like none that is just their own. I feel like you're probably thinking a family, like movie night or something.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
So, but they, in my book, will not have their own electronic before 12. Your child comes home with a D on a report card. How do you react?
Depends on what subject.
Baby!
If it's art, maybe that's just not his thing.
Okay, do without.
If it's like math, history, science.
Well, how do you react? What you gonna do?
For me, it's bad. I probably won't care as much if it's something like English or science. If it's like history.
So you're gonna tell him that?
No.
It's okay to get a D on the English.
No, I'll never say it's okay because I know what our kid is going to be capable of. There would probably be a conversation and possibly punishment because I know that he or she is capable of much more than a D.
I think I would make a change first of all. If they're getting a D in whatever subject, for me, it doesn't matter. Like even if it's art, even if it's whatever, it's more about you were given a task and you're supposed to try hard, do your best. I think you can get an A. Anyone can get an A.
That's
when
good,
it's your
baby.
grade, it's on your level. So I don't think it's like, well, they tried hard. And like, no, get an A, get a B. If you didn't, you didn't try hard enough. So I would say I'd have some kind of punishment probably. I wouldn't be mad. Like I wouldn't make them like, I wouldn't yell at them or something. But I'd let them know like, hey, in every area of life, like you have to try hard. You have to do this because it's the age that you're at right now.
Did you ever have to write sentences? Really?
Yeah, like in spelling?
No, like as a punishment.
Oh, no.
No? Oh, I hated writing sentences.
Baby, you got punished?
There were multiple times where I had to write sentences.
Like just at home? Or like in
Once
school?
or twice at home, once or twice at school.
What would you write? Like, I was bad, I was bad.
No, it was like, I promise to not be disobedient in school again or something like that.
Baby.
And it was like I had to do the entire page front and back.
Baby.
And I wasn't allowed to stop. My hand was like cramping. I was just like,
Oh my word.
I had a little claw.
That is
Carpal
so
tunnel
sad,
by the
actually.
end. It worked. I hated writing sentences.
Baby. See, that whole situation, like you remember now you hated the punishment more than the act. So like,
Yeah, I can't remember what the sentence says.
no, like you probably don't remember what you did wrong,
Right.
but you remember the
That's what I'm
punishment.
saying.
I don't want to make the punishment so memorable that they remember the punishment but not what they did. Like my word should be enough to make you like not do it again, not the punishment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying in some cases, but in other cases I think it's valuable that for the punishment to remind you of what you did wrong.
That you don't remember?
Well, not in this case, I don't.
They can't just be meaningless punishments. Can your child curse in the house?
No.
That one's just, we both say no.
No. Even stricter in the house. Like it's a no everywhere, obviously.
Yeah, you can't have separate rules. I totally disagree with that. I hear so many people online saying like, you know, in my house they this and this and this, but then when you're out of the house it's different. Like, how is a kid supposed to decipher between the two?
Right, I get that.
And I used to babysit a lot of kids, and I'm just saying, whatever they're hearing in their house is what they're saying to other people. Like, they cannot differentiate. I don't care if they're 12, 3, you just hear their mindsets, you know, at home.
And I agree totally. I was only meaning, like, of all places, like the home, you know, this is like, as for me in my house, we will follow the Lord, we will serve the Lord. So, like, of all places, absolutely not here, but never anywhere.
And, you know, when they're 18 or whatever, moved out of the house, we can't control them. But as long as they're under our roof, like, that's not allowed.
Yeah, they got to make that decision on their own after they're an adult.
Will your children get Christmas gifts?
Totally. I'm going to spoil them rotten.
Like his kids?
Yes.
Just kidding. You're such a gift giver, you started to freak out.
Yeah, that's a serious red flag.
Baby. I think there's nothing wrong. As long as if you're raising a kid to be a brat, then that's on you.
Right.
Like, they should be able to get $1 million and be able to act the right way with it. You can't give enough gifts. Yeah, and like, it doesn't have to be, it could be a cardboard box. Like, it doesn't have to be money-wise. Just give. Your child is friends with someone you think is a bad influence. What do?
Just have a talk with them. And tell them to try to not hang out with that person as much. You know, it depends on the age. If he's 9 years old, it's a little easier in some ways and harder in other ways. If he's 17, you just got to tell him, like these guys are dragging you down. You know, you are the sum of your 5 best friends. You can't be around people like this and expect to succeed in life.
Yeah, for me, it depends on the age. Because if they're under 18, if I think they're a bad influence, then they won't be allowed to hang out with them. But if they're over 18, I would definitely just give my opinion. As their parent, I would say, hey, like, I just wanted to put this out there. Like, you can do whatever you want, but I don't think this person is a good influence for these reasons. When will you let your kids have sugar? This is a controversial one.
In an ideal world, I don't know, 6.
Wait,
like,
really?
In an ideal world.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, like, I hate how it sounds.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's not having sugar. I just feel like a granola mom when I do that. I do believe that it makes a huge difference.
For me, this is one area, like, I am going to be, like, so strict. I will be so mad if someone gives my kid sugar. I've never even really thought about it, but I'm, like, getting so passionate about it now. In my head, I like to observe and, like, watch. I babysit. That was, like, what I did years and years and years. That is, it's a bold term, but I think that's the only reason that you have a picky kid, is because you've let them have sugar. When you're a kid, you cannot decide good or bad. So you only want the good. So if they've only eaten healthy, good, like vegetables, protein, it tastes good to them. Just like if you're eating healthy, your body craves that. But once you have sugar, you crave sugar, like as people. And as adults, you can make that hard decision and eat healthy because you know it's good for you. When you're a kid, you don't know, so like, you're obviously gonna be picky if you've had sugar. You're gonna want that. And then I hate when it's used as a bribery. You can have this if you eat some of your, like, meat first, making it like a chore.
Finish your peas and you can have a cookie.
Oh my word, like, that just drives me crazy. I think, like, I want to go as long as they can. 5, 6, like you said. And, like, I will be so sad if someone sneaks my kid sugar. It's a huge compliment if you're, like, a strict parent. It means that you care. It means that you're invested in your kid's life. I think it's, like, a really cool thing when you're a strict parent.
Totally.
And in today's day and age, you know, you get a bunch of hate. That'll be our last question, is how do you feel about sleepovers?
I feel like sleepovers are awesome if you know the parents well.
This might be one that we actually disagree on. We've never really talked about it. Growing up as a girl, especially in today's day and age, I think no sleepovers unless it's at my house. And even then, it's gonna be a little bit like, who is it? Make sure we know the family. I don't think I'm gonna want my kids to sleep anywhere. Yeah, for me, it's like sleepovers are a complete no.
I totally get where you're coming from. And when you say it, I tend to agree, but I'm not at a totally no yet.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be different with boys on sleepovers?
Probably not, because half of the reason is it's still applicable to them. But also, that's one area that I don't want it to be differentiated. Because sleepovers are just purely fun, I don't want to say that my son can and my daughter can't. However, chores, if they say, like, why do I have to take out the trash when she is just, like, making dinner? That's a way you can explain, like, well, the man of the house does this because it's more labor, you know. You can explain those things. Something where it's just, like, whatever your reasons are, I feel like that one is just a little bit too much of a smack in the face. Like, they get to go and have all this fun with their friends, spending the night, and then your daughter's just at home with you. Like, that's kind of hard. But it means too much to me for my daughters to not, than for them both to just be able to do it. But that's why I say sleepovers at my house, totally fine. Invite your friends, like, that's just how I'll be. Like, sleepovers, pizza party, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, you guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know who you think is the stricter parents between those two answers, because we didn't really keep track. I feel like maybe me.
Yeah, I think you.
Definitely, actually. Me. But I feel like we have a lot of similarities.
I'm definitely more subjective, and you usually have an objective answer about things.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys in our next video.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.